All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy KLA, and I have a guest. Her name is Cora Holcomb. I'm sorry,
Holcomb, huh?
Holcomb. Okay, all right. I didn't want to butcher your name. So,
That's
how you
okay.
been?
I've been good. I've been good. We're currently peaking for show number 3 of my season, so it's busy, but we're good.
What's that like? Preparing for your show.
Um, I mean, in terms of the peaking process,
Yeah, yeah. Like in
it is
general, like
it is incredibly dialed in. More so with my now coach David McGillen, everything is to a T. I mean, he controls all of the variables that can be controlled for the entire week leading up to the show. And then when you see, I'm in New Jersey days before the show. I got here last night, as you know, and we're already starting our check-ins and what I'm eating and whatnot. So it's 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 very organized
oh
and seamless, if you will.
this is an upcoming OCB show in New Jersey.
No. So the last OCB show I did was the Yorton Cup in Charlotte, and
Oh,
then
okay.
2 weeks ago I did an NPC show in Carrollton, Georgia. The show that is this Saturday is actually Mr. America.
Oh, okay. Okay, got you. They're gonna have the Olympia this coming weekend.
Yeah,
I've
I
heard.
know. I cannot wait to
Yeah.
watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to watch, but I'll see some clips and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how you got into bodybuilding?
Oh my goodness. Kind of a long time coming. So I've always been an athlete. From elementary school. So cheer and track were my main sports all the way until I graduated high school, and that was when I was very competitive with competitive cheer and track. And so even when I became an adult, I was still very athletic. And when I started having children, I would all of that kind of would go out of the window, and I would gain copious amounts of weight. But instead of focusing on losing the weight or on a number on the scale, I would focus on a new goal. So after I have 6 children, after baby number 4 and 5, they were back to back. I started training for triathlons and half marathons and whatnot. And when wrapping that up, a coach approached me at a gym at Fort Gordon and was like, "Hey, I really think you would be a good fit for bodybuilding." And so he prepped me for my first show. However, 3 weeks before that show, I was in a rollover car accident. And I had to go through about a year and a half of rehab, learn how to walk and whatnot. So that got put on hold. And then I became a nurse and had another baby. And after that baby, I was like, I really want to check this off my bucket list. So initially, it was just like a bucket list thing. And so I started with a trainer, and I went pro at my first show, and I was hooked after that. It was an adrenaline rush that you just can't replicate, just being on stage. And it's we've been going ever since. So this is my second season. And last season I did 2 organizations, OCB and SMBF. And this year I'm doing 4 organizations. So just kind of seeing the different judging criteria that's out there and the different experiences. So that's how we came to be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, how are you able to do that with 6 kids?
I wish I knew. I don't know. I really do. The
Yeah.
days are a blur. No, I will say that my least favorite thing that people tend to say is I don't have time, and my favorite thing to say is I make time. And so it really is about prioritizing not even what's important to you, but my health. And long term, this is going to be something that keeps me on track with my own health. So I prioritize and I sacrifice. Sometimes that means sacrificing sleep. So when you're getting into the nitty gritty of prep, you're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning before going to work or waking kids up for school. And I do 12-hour shifts. So sometimes that means if I didn't finish what I had to do, that I've got to go after work. So you're sacrificing other parts of your life. So I definitely, especially when prep, sacrifice the social aspect of my life to a certain extent. I'll socialize with the team when we're getting the work done, you know. But really, it comes down to time management, making it a priority.
Do your kids see your shows at least?
Oh my gosh, yes. So this will actually be the first show that they aren't seeing, just because it's so far. And we're in Augusta, so we just had a crazy storm. So traveling with them just wasn't ideal at this time. But yeah, they're at every show, and they love it.
How was the storm? Like how you dealt with the storm? Like, was it drastic for you, or?
It was pretty drastic in Augusta. It was like we got hit. So, pine trees going through people's homes, flooding. We personally were without power for 8 days. So was in terms of knowing that I had a show a week and a half later too. I was surviving off of cans of tuna.
It seemed like even God can't stop you for some. Nah, I ain't gonna say it like that. But no. It seemed like, like you just so determined. Like you got 6 kids, then you had the hurricanes and
rain, sleet, hail, doesn't matter. We're gonna show up. I don't worry, I work. So that's we just gotta get it done.
Is that your passion? Like to just be an athlete?
Definitely. And not just bodybuilding, but anything that I've done from an athletic standpoint. Like I was doing triathlons and marathons for a few years. It's about the mental for me. It's my body can do whatever I tell it to do. And so it's about that mental discipline and that challenge for me that I enjoy.
Well, I could show some pictures real quick. Tell me if you see it. I see it.
I do. That was my most recent show. I love that picture.
Yeah. So how was you in the Yorktown?
In the Yorton Cup?
Yeah, the Yorton Cup. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. Like, what was your placement in wellness?
So wellness had 4 classes at the Yorton Cup this year, and I was in class D, and I placed 4th out of that class. So out of 33 women, I think that's somewhere around 12th or 13th, somewhere in there. So leading into that show, so this was my first show with my new coach, and I had to understand that Yorton Cup being my first show of the season, it wasn't going to be my best or my tightest package because it was the first out of 6 shows. So we're just getting better and improving every show that we do. So we're about to hit that halfway point on Saturday. So I'm really excited to see what that package looks like and how I place. And this is a pro show as well. So there's money payout for this show for good placing as well.
Okay. And what's the name of the show again? I'm sorry. It just kind of...
It's okay. Mr. America.
Mr. America? Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be your first Mr. America show?
Yes, this will be my first time with this organization. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So you just comfortable with natural bodybuilding?
For now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not. I just turned 35. So not super young, but also not old enough to where I feel like my body has peaked naturally. So I definitely think 3 to 4 more years. And honestly, I don't want to even bring any of those variables or components in until I have maxed out what I can possibly do in the natural bodybuilding world. And to me, there's just something to take pride in doing it naturally. Now, if in 3 to 5 years, I am still super passionate about this and I'm still healthy enough and I want to be more competitive in like the NPC not natural theory shows, then it's something that I would consider, but I'm just not there yet.
Yeah. Now I asked because the polygraph, because some people might be comfortable with it, it's just a question I asked. That's all.
So now, polygraphs are like nothing to me now. I mean, I've done so many of them, but the very first one, I didn't even think about it until I was on the drive to Atlanta to my show. And this was
Right.
March of like 2022, 2023. And I don't know if you've ever had that feeling when you're listening to music in your car and you hear sirens in the music and you're like,
Right.
even though you know you're not doing anything. That was like my brain when I started thinking about the polygraph for my first show, and I was nervous for no reason whatsoever. But once you get one done, they're all the same.
Yeah, I've been to like a OCB show recently, a couple of months ago. Yeah, it was okay. You know, it was like a small auditorium in in a college and stuff. So
Yeah, what show was it?
this was the Big Apple competition.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense with
yeah,
where you're at. Okay.
yeah. I got some pictures I could show you real quick. You know, tell me if you see the
Yes.
picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is some wellness girlies. Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's figure.
Oh, is it?
You
Well,
know,
they've got the legs of wellness girls.
Yeah, I know.
Holy.
I have I don't have the pictures right now, but with the wellness, but I have these pictures and physique.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. It was a good show, you know. Wasn't too bad. It's just that it was too small. You know, like sometimes the people would pass, and you know, you gotta.
As far as the venue.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Got ya.
Right. It like the shows that. How was it in Yorktown? Was it like was like the audience?
Is a huge. I mean, they use the same venue to my knowledge every year. This is only my second year doing it, but it's a big show. Over 200 athletes. So and I mean, this year they had to do 2 different days because the show has just grown tremendously. So it is a huge auditorium. And I know that you were like a spectator, but coaches had their own preferred seating this year. That was like boxed off for them. So yeah, I mean, it's a huge venue.
Okay. Like in terms of your workout, like what's your training like? Like if you could walk me through it.
So split wise, so currently we've pulled back a little bit as far as making sure we're not putting too much inflammation on my body. So it's more or less like a pump up right now for all of my workouts because I'm limited to only 45 minutes and then it's a lot of cardio. But on any other given day when I'm not deep in prep, I have a split of, I have 3 leg days a week. I have a glute and hamstring focused, a quad focused, and then a total lower body focused. And then I pair my back and my shoulder day and biceps and triceps. And so that's kind of what it looks like. I feel like most people have like a defined split in regards to days of the week. Like Monday's always their back day. I can't do that because my shifts always change. So it's sometimes it's about when I can get it in. And then during the off season, I pull that cardio back as much as we can.
Do I sound okay with the headphones?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I just want to make sure because it sounds like I'm hearing a little echo on my end a little bit, but it's okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So what's your favorite workout? Like, do you have a favorite workout?
Leg day is always going to be my favorite day. And then, yes, anything anything that is like glute focus, the RDLs, hip thrusts, those are my favorite. I get super excited. Like today, the team is working out and I couldn't work out with them today. So I was bummed.
Yeah. Now, I see your coach on your Instagram page. Like, how is he like in training you?
So he does do in-person training for clients that are local to him, but you know, he's in New Jersey and I'm in Georgia, so he's an online coach for me. But it's honestly most days it's like having him in the room with me as far as check-ins and communication. He's brought a wealth of knowledge to the sport that I didn't have last year, and I definitely think it's going to be a game changer for the rest of this season and years to come. So it's amazing working with David.
Yeah. I'm gonna show some like Instagram page real quick. Yeah, this is David.
That's him.
Okay.
The ball of energy.
Yeah, Wow. Okay. This is you.
No,
Oh no,
you'll see me.
that's not you.
No, you'll see me. That's all of the girls that competed. So you'll see me in a future clip
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, this is you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Was you when you first did bodybuilding? Were you nervous?
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I had a different coach at the time, and I don't know if I just wasn't ready for what stage was going to be like, from comparison rounds to doing a T-walk for the first time. But like I said, I got my pro card that day, and I just remember I went in with no expectations. However, when they announced my name, I remember coming out on stage like, what just happened? But yes, I
Right.
was incredibly nervous. I mean, shaking during poses. But that has definitely gone away since. I feel right at home on stage.
Oh. Like how you how's your practice like on doing like walking in heels and stuff like that?
So I hired a posing coach, thank God. Sydney Collins was my posing coach, and because I'm not normally a heel girly. I don't wear heels on a regular basis. So I definitely felt like a fish out of water initially. But again, just like being on stage, now I feel super comfortable. That's another aspect of like having the new coach with me, is making certain tweaks. And I call it like an aha moment, where he'll try to make a certain tweak, or he will make a certain change, and I'm in the mirror and I can see myself and I'm like, oh my God, what a difference that makes. Because you can pose your way out of placing. And so it's just as important as the food, the cardio, the consistency throughout all of your protocols. Posing is just as important, especially on show day. So it's another aspect that we can bring to make me more competitive. So it definitely took practice, but I feel a lot more comfortable now.
Okay. Do you have like somebody that you admire in the sport, like an
So many
OCB
people.
or?
Ooh, OCB. I would say it's kind of that scenario of like surrounding yourself with people that are a greater tier than you and that elevate you. So for me, it is Desiree. She has come in second place at the Yorton Cup 2 years in a row. And she's beauty and grace on stage. She is everything. She's got the shape of wellness. And if she wanted to do other organizations outside of OCB, like I could see her on an Olympia stage one day. And I say all of that, and still every time you talk to her, every time you meet her, she's so incredibly humble and sweet. So
Like what made you like move to one division to another? I noticed that other natural bodybuilders, they do that. I don't know if I did you
I
say
did,
explain that?
yeah. So I competed for the first time in March of last year, and I got my pro card that day. So I
Yeah.
had another show that was 2 weeks later, and since I already had my wellness pro card, the coach at the time said, well, we should try to do bikini. And so we cut me down as small as we could get me over 2 weeks, and I actually didn't place bad at all. I got second place. So that was just one
Okay.
placement shy of getting my bikini pro card as well. So it was more so just for fun, but
Right.
from a longevity standpoint, bikini is not a place where I would fit because I am so lower body dominant. Yeah.
Well, would you do figure or
I
physique?
don't have the upper body for it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have the upper body for it. Not even close. I mean, I truly believe that if you work for something, you can grow into any division. But I love wellness. I absolutely love it. I don't see myself going anywhere else.
what's the difference between how you was training, like doing marathons and triathlons that
The first thing I want
compared
to say
to
is
now?
carbs. When
Carbs.
you're training, when you're from a food aspect, when you are doing copious amounts of cardio like that, you have to fuel your body,
Right.
and you can almost mindlessly do it and not gain any weight because you are training so much. Versus now the object is to ultimately change the composition of your body through depletion. And so that's the first thing is, I'm not eating the same way. And then, so when you're training for triathlons and marathons, from a physical aspect, you're going for endurance. You almost want to be able to surpass the distances that you're going to be racing on race day, so that on race day it feels easy, if you will. Versus with bodybuilding, you are chasing a physique. You are chasing the best physique that you can possibly attain. Not a number on the scale, not what somebody else looks like, because that's never going to happen. You're never going to look like the next girl. We could follow the same protocols and still look different. So I would say that's the biggest difference, is versus chasing, a time or distance or endurance. We are ultimately chasing a look.
Well, I could show some pictures.
See, and that's Desiree. That's who I was talking
that's Desiree?
about.
Yeah, Desiree look nice.
She's amazing.
She has a nice, yeah. She almost kind of looked physique wise. I mean, like she's in the physique division a little bit. I don't know if it's me or.
She's got a body. Like she's all of the things. She's amazing.
What place she was in?
So she got first place wellness class D, and then she got second place overall.
All right.
For the top 3 placements, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got one picture of you getting your gold medal.
Bikini. Yes.
Yeah. And then you got. Do you ever have like dysmorphia?
Oh my Lord, yes. Especially, it's almost like the smaller I get, the fatter I feel. So that's hard. And then I really have to take a step back sometimes and say, like, I have to look at like my postpartum days where, I mean, I was almost 240 pounds when I started this process.
Yeah.
So when you think about my stage weight, I mean, that's over 100 pounds of weight loss. Now, the body dysmorphia definitely, I mean, it's hard during the season when you're lean, because you're never going to feel lean enough, but it's even harder when you have to intentionally put weight back on to get your body back to a healthy state.
Like what would be your diet when you try to lose weight?
When I'm trying to lose weight, honestly, my coach gives me my meal plan and I eat everything on that meal plan right down to the gram. So he tells me what to eat and I execute it.
You eat like grilled chicken or rice and.
So my body does not digest chicken well anymore. So I do lean ground beef, ground turkey, any type of white fish. So cod, tilapia, tuna. Those are my protein sources. Lots of fresh berries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. Any green vegetable I want, I can add into as far as the amount that he allows me for the day. And as long as it's green, it's good. Yeah. So yeah.
What's it like for you being a nurse?
While bodybuilding or in general?
Bodybuilding in general.
Being a nurse, so I became a nurse right during COVID. So that presented so many different challenges. And then I was pregnant with my last child during that same time frame too. So it just presented a lot of scary challenges, but then throw bodybuilding into the mix. And it's 50-50. So half of the staff that I work with love what I do. Some of them have come to shows. They root me on. They love seeing the changes. And then some of them don't get it at all. And they're like, don't lose any more weight. You're getting too small. Some of them like to tease me. They're eating a cupcake and they'll wave the cupcake in my face. So it's a 50-50.
That's bad.
Yeah. I mean, they don't understand it. And I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I would say, and then it's like from the prep part of it, like the work that has to go into it, it's hard because I have to know when to pull back, because nursing, especially bedside nursing, is incredibly strenuous on our bodies. So it's like to top that on top of cardio, I have to pull back sometimes and limit how many steps I take, or not do cardio that day, if that's prescribed by my coach. So it's a lot of balance. It's definitely a balancing act when we're throwing my shifts in the mix.
You recently became a nurse?
It's been 5 years.
5 years? Oh, okay. What
Yeah.
made you want to do nursing?
So I'm a busybody. And so I needed a job that was going to keep me on my feet. And prior to that, I had a bachelor's in business, and all I could do with it really was recruiting. So I recruited for a company called Tech USA for a long time, but it was very competitive and business oriented and sitting at a desk, and I just didn't like it. So I literally woke up one day at 28 and said, I'm going to be a nurse. And I went to nursing school, and that was that. And I like the busyness of it. I like having to think on my feet. I like having to juggle 6 different tasks at once. I like that feeling.
So I can imagine like you was doing the nursing thing like during the pandemic. What was that? What was that experience like for you?
I mean, it was hard and it was sad.
Right.
And it's like the hospitals did the best they could with what they had and what they knew at the time. Every day was just like, let's just get to the next day. Yeah. It was definitely scary.
Yeah, that was very I don't know. It was very complicated.
There were
those
so
years.
many unknowns at that time. Like now, I get a COVID patient and I don't think twice about it. It's just like taking a patient with the flu. For me now. But back then, we just didn't know a lot, and so it was
of course
incredibly fearful. Yeah.
Yeah, because the media was telling you different things. I remember they was telling you had to stand like 6 feet apart from distance and stuff. So I don't know. It is what it is, but you know. Oh, then you at your daughter's graduation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like this was in college?
Baby. So she graduated high school and now she is in college for nursing.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Oh, she want to follow her mom's footsteps.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, yeah. We got more pictures of you working out.
Ooh, I love that.
Your husband looked like a bodybuilder.
You said I do or don't?
No, I said your husband looked like a bodybuilder. That's why I'm
tell him you got to call him, man. I've been telling him that for 2 years now.
Yeah.
He is made for it. He's got great shape, but he likes his food a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an easy sport. Like, and especially it's not an easy sport to understand. Like, you know, like, was it hard for you at first to just like understand what to do? Or you had somebody to guide you? Oh.
Yeah, last year was a little bit harder because it was very new to me and I had a lot of questions but wasn't receiving a lot of answers. And so, I mean, now, like, I mean, it's a science at the end of the day and it's broken down into a science for me. And so when I ask questions, I do better and I execute better if I know the reason why I'm doing something. And David is really great at explaining those things to me.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a team effort.
Yeah. Well, you know, real quick, I made like a highlight film I put together on your reels, so we can check it out. Yeah.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to make a dollar. That ain't gonna stop me cause my grind's contagious. I'll do what it takes to turn passion to paychecks. And if I go down, I'ma do it on my terms. And every single problem brings a lesson that I learned. The darkest night, when things seem so broken, it's hard to shine, but I still try. I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight. That's right. Baby, I was born to fight. Let's go. Baby, I was born to fight. It's hard to be yourself down a lonely road. I try to find my way but don't know where to go. It's hard to see your friends, tell them adios. When you known them all for like forever, now you're just a ghost.
Yeah, that song kind of goes good with you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just picked that song. I was like, I wanted to pick something, so I picked that, you know.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, nah, no doubt. No doubt. So how many days do you work out? Like what we talking about?
Lifting is 5, and cardio, depending on where we are in the prep, is 5 to 6. It just depends on where we are. So like peak week, I only do cardio on Monday and Tuesday, and then I don't do any more cardio until the show, or until after the show, I should say. But usually about 5 to 6 days a week.
Okay. How do you like promote like these natural bodybuilding shows to people? I don't know if you do promote them.
I mean, I personally don't promote them. If I'm doing a show, if I'm going to be in a show, I promote that I'm going to be in it. Just like a workout video like that, and then I'll put like a countdown, like X amount of weeks until such and such a show. So I do that, but the promoters are actually already really good, especially the OCB promoters. I mean, like all my Instagram is OCB shows that are upcoming.
I mean, I think you could still be a promoter in your own way. You know, you could.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I noticed that, you know, in the shows, like, you know, there's people that, you know, regular people that go to these shows mostly, like they're the
family members and the friends of the people who are in the show, so they're there to support us.
Oh, okay. Do you feel like with the women, do they get a lot of support?
Oh yeah, I definitely think so.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I feel like there are more people in the crowd for women than there are for the guy shows.
Yeah, because you know, like sometimes like my first show, like it seemed like the people were crazy with the guys, and then I don't know. I keep showing this picture. But who's your friend? I'm sorry.
This is Ashley. She's actually my best friend in our little bodybuilding world. And this was a show that she did in August of last year. And I actually met Ashley at my first show ever. And we have just been kind of inseparable ever since. She has never missed one of my shows. She actually did my hair, my makeup, my tan, all of the things for my last show. In Carrollton a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
That's cool. Not as I was saying with the guys, you know, it seemed like the audience is more like supportive with the guys than the girls.
Now that I think about it, I mean, so I've only usually, if it's a show that it's like an all-day thing versus like Yorton Cup was 2 days. So I got to be in the crowd for the guys on Yorton Cup, but that was my first time sitting in the crowd for the guys. Usually I'm backstage already getting ready or about to get ready. So I guess I would have to go to more to see and to compare. Yeah.
I mean, I you know, from the bodybuilding shows I went to the New York Pro, and I went to the OCB all this year. And, you know, I've seen like the guys, like how people like respond to the guys, and they be all crazy and stuff. The women,
so this is our time. We have to step it up for the ladies. You're going to have me screaming I'm going to have no voice come Monday because I'm going to be screaming my head off for the ladies this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, like after a while they do, but it seemed like, you know, it sometimes like, I remember like the commentator, he was kind of like urging people to like cheer more, give like more energy with the women.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, we feed off of that. I feed off of energy from the crowd. Hearing all the little side libs and the yes ma'ams, and yeah, I feed off of it too. Yeah, I give more sass. The more I hear, the more sass you get.
How far do you see yourself competing?
As far as like duration, like how many years or
yeah, like duration, like years? And I mean, would you want to take a break, or I don't know.
I mean, I take a break every year. I have
Okay.
I have an improvement season. So like last year, it was from September until 2 minutes. I've got 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
All right.
Last year it was from September till April, so like 8 months, 7 months, something like that. This year going into 2025 will be a much shorter break because I have different goals, and I'm excited to execute those goals with my new coach. So it'll be a shorter break. But as far as taking like 1 or 2 years off, I just don't think I'm there yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time, so.
No worries.
But
We're just still doing pre-show stuff. I'm sorry about that.
all right. All right. Well, good luck on your show, though.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate you so much, and I'm happy to do it again.
All right, no problem. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
All right. Bye.